Right now at 5, we're learning more about a small plane crash in Lee County yesterday that left 2 men seriously injured. That plane went down in a field right at the end of the runway at the Raleigh Executive Jetport. It happened just after 4 p.m.
Well, pilot Terrence Gallagher and mechanic Scott Riley were both on board that DA-40 aircraft. They were airlifted to Triangle Hospitals. Our Sean Coffey spoke with an eyewitness who says he was first to arrive at that scene.
Today we spoke with the chief flight instructor at the Wings of Carolina Flying Club, which is based here at the Raleigh Executive Jetport, but had no connection with yesterday's crash. While he wouldn't speculate on a potential cause of this incident, he did describe what he saw from the end of the runway ramp as all of this unfolded.
Markedly low to the ground. It was, anyone who flies would have looked out there and seen that the airplane is failing to climb as it should.
George Shear has been flying planes for decades and is the longtime chief flight instructor at Wings of Carolina Flying Club out of Raleigh Executive Jetport. The club had no connection with Wednesday's crash at the jetport, but George was just a few hundred feet away from the plane involved as it struggled to take off.
I come to the end of the runway in the takeoff phase, but it was lower than it should have been when it reached the south end of the runway.
George was the first person to respond to the crash, which left pilot Terrence Gallagher and mechanic Scott Riley seriously injured. Both men were quickly airlifted to Triangle Hospitals. With an investigation just beginning, George wouldn't speculate on a cause of the incident, but said it appeared the plane was trying to return to the runway, a maneuver he called a difficult challenge.
Attempt a turn back toward the runway and crashed out in the field there, and there are aerodynamics that occur when you're trying to maneuver thusly that make that more difficult than it would seem.
Tonight he's thinking about those involved and says in aviation they always try to learn from incidents like this.
It's a tragedy, and of course anyone who flies looks at a situation like this and says, there but for the grace of God go I.
Yesterday authorities said the pilot of that aircraft, Terrence Gallagher, was performing touch and goes when this crash took place. That's a type of flying procedure that can be used to practice takeoffs and landings. George said routine touch and goes are common at this airport every day. In Sanford, Sean Coffey, ABC 11 Eyewitness News.